What's up?
Kyle, when you kind of look at the offense for the last two games, you guys had such good work on the end of the break. How hard is it for you guys to lock in and kind of redevelop a
It shouldn't be that tough. I think in this case we had a back-to-back where, we couldn't really have like the film session, or where Finchy really, lets us know what's going on after the first one. So the bad habits kind of carried over to the first half of the Brooklyn game. But now with a good film session, good practice session, we should be able to get right back to it.
tend to be the same issues popping up, or is it something different?
I think in this case it was something different. It's tough to recalibrate after break, especially when we've been playing so well. I'm not giving excuses, but winning 5 in a row, as opposed to Milwaukee closing out the break not so well. Like, they just came in with a little bit more sense of urgency, and we had a back-to-back, so we couldn't really clean things up for the Brooklyn game. Not making excuses, but that's just what went down.
Seems like you guys, when you have had that time to clean it up, like film session, whenever when everything on the table, been able to turn that page.
Mm-hmm.
What's the key, and maybe your role as a vet to doing that even in the middle of the game, like a middle of that bad third quarter or whatever, to stop it?
Yeah, it's tough. I think our vets did a good job of it. Nikhil, Monte, Mike, in the third quarter, adjusting to them switching so much and making the right plays and the little things that don't show up in the stat sheet on offense. But Mike, Monte, and Nikhil were able to get to it and get our offense going.
What's it been like with this new sort of point guard group? I know everybody on the team says they're point guard, but you have a lot of different things, and you're still playing point a lot, it seems.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I think Monte and Mike and J-Mac are also really good off ball. So when they do let Nikhil handle or myself handle, or maybe Nas is pushing it up the floor, they know just what to do, and it feels like you got a lot more high IQ guys out there. So it just makes the game much easier.
You mentioned Milwaukee's sense of urgency. What's this team's sense of urgency over these final 20-plus regular season games?
Just getting geared up for, the postseason. Of course, we don't want to think too far ahead, but these 25 games, you're going to get every team's best. In some cases, some teams don't have much to play for, but guys will still be, playing for jobs or playing hard. We're also playing for something as well. So just try to get better, patch things up, become sharp in these last 25 games going into the postseason.
Is the 1 seed important to you?
I think home court advantage is important, and the 1 seed would be nice too. That's tough to think so far ahead,
Kyle, what have you come appreciate the most when it's coaching the staff? It was sort of how they work with the different pieces, how they lead you guys.
They do a great job of getting the message through to us, instilling a lot of confidence in us. Finchy has such a free-flowing offense. I feel they've put everyone in position to be really successful here, and you got to give them a lot of credit for that. That's not the case all around the league. So they do a great job of that.
Kyle, I know you touched on this, but we weren't here. Just how you can play loosey-goosey post-trade deadline knowing that your spot here is secure.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing I was really thinking about, trade deadline, whether I'm here or whether I get traded. I'm going to play, try my best regardless. But I guess subconsciously it could be on the back of your mind, and I think that was the case here, to where I'm able to just relax and play my game now. But I wasn't thinking about it at all. Whatever happens. I could live with it. But, subconsciously you probably are. It is back in the back of your mind.
Kyle, it seems like you guys have been the number one defense the whole season, but there's been better and worse pockets of time. Does it feel kind of like you got that teeth back, like the number one defense right now?
Yeah, definitely. Of course, we're always looking for ways that we could get better, but when some clips or some plays after the game you watch, wow, that was a really good defensive possession, and you don't really see that with a lot of other teams. So, it's on and off. We got these last 25 games find a way to make sure that it's on all 48 minutes. That's hard to do, but that's what we got to do in order to win.
Can you appreciate that at the moment too, if you're on the bench and see about
Yeah, it comes from going back and watching film after the game. Some of the big plays you can notice, but little things like gap help or stunts or taking away a game plan tendency, things like that. So tough to see on the court. Thank you guys.
Thank you.